Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Grandmaster Chess Speedrun, where we are playing some principled and attacking chess with the end goal of crossing 2000 and being a chess Grandmaster. Today, we've actually got a viewer. I'm live right now on Twitch and YouTube. If you want to come along to future live streams, then links will be in the description. But for now, we're actually playing against a Sicilian, and I'm highlighting c3 because that's what I normally play. But I've been pushing this e4 d4, so I think that's what we're going to go for this time as well. Going to go for a Smith-Morra gambit. I don't know that much theory in the Smith-Morra, I will be perfectly honest, but we'll give it a go anyway. So captures, we go c3, and we try and get the knights out, get the bishop out, and all of that good stuff as well. So we'll see if they decline it. Right, so we're going to have to play a Smith-Morra. Not Smith-Morra, we're going to have to play an Alapin. So e5 has to be played here because we want to kick the knight around. If you can kick the knights with e5, then that's what you want to do. We always remember that from the other openings as well with the the e4 d4 gambit. When they take it, you always want to kick this knight with e5. So now I'm thinking we should probably just take this pawn. Any alternatives? I mean, you can insist with knight f3, but it's just bad. You can also play bishop c4, not so bad. But then they can go knight b6 and take it. So I think it's probably most advisable just to play d4, going d6 here. And this is actually what I like to recommend with black as well. So definitely we have a good opponent. And yeah, let's go knight f3, protecting the pawns in the center, getting some development in. And I think go for bishop to c4 and then bishop to d3. And the idea is that we want to kick this knight off the active post in the center. And yeah, we want to go bishop c4 here, kick the knight back. Okay, well, we take with the pawn. And we're going to decline any queen trade by dropping back like this. And bishop e6. Bishop e6 is a good move. Bishop e6 is a very good move. Let's just castle the king for now. They're protecting their knight in the center, and they're probably going to continue with some g6 and bishop g7 to put pressure on my pawn here. So this isn't going to be an easy game. We can't really go queen b3 to apply more pressure because then we might run into knight to a5 in the future. Was knight c3 bad? Well, the problem with knight c3 is that they'll probably just take it. And for starters, yeah, knight c3 is tactically a bit dodgy now because we can trade queens and take here, but maybe they can throw in a check on e2 in this position. Although if you're talking about this position, knight c3, they take it, we take it. They take with the rook, we take here. I mean, maybe it's playable, but these doubled pawns are actually not that bad for black. When there was a pawn on d4. Oh yeah, knight c3 is not advisable like in this position because they can take it, and then take it here, and then our center starts to fall apart. We can play d5, and it gets a little bit sharp, but mostly the center can collapse very quickly. And we create the hanging pawn structure, which I don't normally like to go for. It's not that bad, but you know, it's playable. It's not terrible. Queen e2 is a good idea almost all the time to play rook to d1. Also protects the bishop on c4. So I'm a big fan of queen e2. Adds extra support to this pawn here, and we go rook d1. This is very Smith-Morra style. Thank you, you're welcome. No problem. Let's bring the rook over like this. And all of a sudden, now maybe knight c3 could start to be on the cards, although you can still take it because it attacks the queen with a tempo. So that'd be a little bit risky. Okay, let's see what they go for. Probably just castles, looks good. Castles, maybe we go bishop g5, h6, knight c3. Could be interesting, although, once again, they're taking and taking into check, which is annoying. It is annoying. Although, we are also just threatening to go for this takes, and knight c3. What was this? Here. I don't really know. This looks a bit flaky. This looks a little bit flaky. Okay, I don't mind bishop d2. That seems pretty clear. So let's play bishop d2. Get a hit on the queen. And after queen c5, maybe I can go a3. Maybe I can go knight c3. No, I can't go knight c3 because they'll take it again and attack my queen, and then there's too much pressure on all my pieces. But let's see what they come up with. Queen c5 looks like the only move to me. Okay, knight c3 looks fine here. Takes, queen takes it, apply some pressure over here. Let's say they go e6. Then maybe we can consider like bishop to b4. Prevents castling, looks pretty good. Apply some pressure. It's time to get developed, for sure. It's absolutely time to get developed. Let's go. Yeah, I don't see how this blunders anything immediately. Our pieces are all connected. They're all working together quite nicely. Yeah, I have been focused more on the YouTube game, just like the video game, than video uploading game, than the streaming game for a little bit. But I'll be back for a bit. Bishops are now staring. They should probably take me so I don't take them and mess them up. And they do. But now we've just got more active pieces, more space in the center. We've finished castling. So I just think this position is much more pleasant. And if they castle, we can even consider something like e6 here. Also, there's this. But that doesn't make a lot of sense. That doesn't make any sense because they can win this pawn. So what can we do here? We don't want too much equality. You don't want to liquidate too much when you're playing for the win. But I think e6 is just good. Because e6, we get rook d7 invasion, right? So we're going invasion station. We're going rook d7. And this looks like it could be pretty killer. Even after bishop takes on c3, we can go rook d7 in between Zwischenzug style. And the queen doesn't have forward access, which is very important. The queen can only go something like a5 on rook d7, and then we can just snap with the pawn. And then we've piggied up. Oh yeah, also yeah, Matthew, I like I mean, I've been playing the Catalan. I love the Evans Gambit, actually. That's another one. In e4 positions, I have played the Scotch Gambit. I quite like the Scotch Gambit. And I also like the Bishop's opening. What else? Yeah, that's probably all the white openings that I particularly like. I like the Grand Prix attack. That was a lot of fun. Okay, so what are we doing here? Probs rook d7 invade. I know, I was going to say the dragon. I love the dragon. The Ak dragon. Pretty washed. I mean, yeah, for sure. I think someone asked me a game earlier, Chess Guy Ben. I think I'll go for that first. Okay, this looks fine. I don't see any queen invasion where it's like protecting the bishop particularly well. So let's just take with the pawn here. And I'm feeling good with a rook all up in his face. There's also some queen h4 and knight jumping in that could be very nice. Okay, queen takes on e6. Let's do it. Maybe I should have probably given some thought to this, but let's just take the pawn. Have I heard of the note boom? Of course I've heard of the note boom. I don't know really how to play it. It's the one where you get like those two passed pawns on the queen side, and then white gets like two c pawns, and it looks ridiculous. It looks like there's the imposter pawns, and they're all just blending in, like two black pawns next to the two white pawns. But you know, if you want to play it, then that sounds like a perfectly fun opening. Okay, come on. There's got to be something here. Got to be something. You know, let's just bring a rook into the attack. When in doubt, bring in the rooks. There's also like queen e4. Is the Collie system good? I don't think the Collie system is very good, but some people have success with it, so... The reason I don't like it is because it's a system opening. I don't like any system openings, to be honest. I think system openings build bad habits. And you know what they say about bad habits? They all lead to you. Okay, rook e1. What's my FIDE? Yeah, I gained like 50 FIDE rating from that tournament. So now 1950. Okay, bring the rook. Let's bring the rook. I've got another FIDE rated tournament coming up though in 2 weeks time, I think. So hopefully we're gonna, maybe we can cross 2000. I don't know. Crossing 2,000 at that tournament would be pretty nice. And there should be some decently strong players as well. What to do here? Queen e4. Do I ever play FIDE rated blitz? Unfortunately, yes. I have. It didn't go well. What about queen b3? I got a lot of pressure on their 7th rank, so I think queen exchange actually favors me greatly because my rook's already piggied up, putting the pressure on him. I quite like this. Get this rook ending. Okay, and now we have immediately got an attack. So we've removed some defenders, we've improved the position, and I've collected un peon. 1 peon. I'm very happy with that. We can also set up some tricks by attacking this knight, because as soon as I see the king go here, I'm lasered in. I see this tactic as possible. Let's go back to c7, trying to pressure the knight, and then if we can eliminate the knight, then we're fully piggied, and we are going to invasion station. That is a blunder. We have got the fork. We have got the fork. And that's pretty much GG. That's all she wrote. Attack on this guy, attack on that guy, this guy. We're just going to have to convert the 3 versus 3, because once we take this one, it's also a fork on these two. So let's take it. And then let's take this one, probably. Yeah. Let's just keep it simple. Take this one. And make a little bit of luft for the king. And then we just have to rescue the pony. So let's rescue him. Bring him back. The knight will do very nicely on the e3 square. This looks like the case. Can we play next match? Hold on. Chess Guy Ben, if you're still in the chat, please send me a message. Just send a message in the chat. And also send your username. If he's not in the chat, then yeah, you'll get a game next. Because he was the first to ask. Okay, let's give a check here. And knight e3 now. There's a fork. And we get the resignation. So quite happy with that game. Not a bad game. I'm going to do a quick analysis, and I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so we played that one at a 92.8 accuracy. Our viewer played with an 84.3, so not a bad game at all. Let's go right back from the start. Started with e4, d4, Smith, Morra, c3, and so far pretty much everyone we've ever played has accepted this pawn on c3. But instead, we see the first decline, really, of this speedrun, and we just have to play a regular Alapin Sicilian. Just develop the knight normally, attack the knight over here, got castled, and this queen e2 and rook d1 idea is quite a common one in like the Smith-Morra, because you want to line your queen up with their queen, and also your queen protects the bishop like this, so it's quite nice. So you bring the rook in. So far, they've done everything right, we've done everything right, and this is a very normal game. Queen a5 is a good move, getting the queen out of trouble, and knight c3 is also fine. So, okay, Engine's saying they had to play a bit more tactically here, with knight to d4, which is quite interesting, because knight d4 here, knight takes here, takes, and then takes, and apparently the bishop pair is some compensation here. Actually, is black probably just better? Queen e4, bishop e5, and now what? Now knight to b5. Wow, that's pretty crazy. And if takes, then we're taking here with a fork. So a lot of tactics potentially there to calculate. Sometimes, yeah, you have to get sharp sometimes. Otherwise, we just end up with this advantageous position with more central space and this e6 push, which is very dangerous. So after e6, rook d7 is now enabled, and a rook on the 7th rank is very, very strong. So they take it. Oh, ef7 was better. Oh, because of knight g5. Probably should have seen that, yeah. And if here, then queen c3. Whoops. Okay. So yeah, I played rook d7 because that was the main idea, but it wasn't that good. That was stronger. And we get this position, which is definitely much better for white. Very pleasant for white. And this queen b3 move, while it looks a bit counterintuitive, like why would we want to exchange the queens when we still have an attack? Well, it's because the queen is the only thing really defending this black queen side over here. And after the exchange, rook b7 and rook c7, the house is falling down because we're about to put some pressure over here. And this is just a tactic, quick tactic. Tactic's very important. And we get the knight over to safety. And it ends up on e3, which was the dream square anyway, blockading this pawn and delivering the final fork. So pretty nice. So thanks to everyone who watched this far. If you enjoyed my style of teaching and might be interested in some one-to-one coaching, then do check out the link in the description and send me an email. But other than all of that, if you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!